Now, once you've decided what your leadership philosophy is and the type of leadership you're going to need in your organization, it moves to the time where you want to select people to place in those positions. And that's assuming you aren't starting from scratch, okay? Very few corporations that are starting from scratch, but if you're starting from scratch, you still have to do that work first. Once you're there, and if you have leaders in place, you have to kind of get a baseline of exactly where you are. And that requires you to do some assessments. So, like you've already found out, there's the functional side of leadership, which is dealing with people or the programs and the activities and the functional position like marketing, finance, HR, whatever. But then there's the other aspect of leadership where you want to make sure this person has the capacity to be able to get employees engaged and doing the kinds of things they need to do and want to do that and do it well enough to meet your goals and objectives. And so it's at that point where we know we're looking at the psychological side of a person, we're looking at the sociological side or their ability to relate or connect to people effectively. And then we're looking at the interpersonal communication side, which is how do you get both of those, the psychological and the emotional intelligence side of the activity of a leader, into a place where they can do it effectively and drive the workforce and engage the workforce and get them where we want them to be to deliver for the corporation. So that entails assessments, and assessments are really should be done by somebody outside of the organization and somebody who has reliable ways, instruments, for example, that are valid and reliable, that when they collect the data, it's right and you're getting what you wanted to get. And then you want a third party to do that so that employees understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, and they can be honest and give you the best possible information you need to collect and analyze and then take a look at that information and decide where you are. So it's extremely important to do these assessments before you launch into any kind of leadership development change program or any leadership selection program. Now, I would tell you that there should be no reason at all. Well, that's not true. If you happen to be going through an acquisition, or if you happen to be implementing a new business that you don't have previous experience with, something along those lines, then you may want to look outside for leadership help. But if you're looking outside for leadership in the areas that you've already been practicing business in, you need to be asking yourself why you have to do that, because there shouldn't be any reason why, if you've done your job right and you set this program up like I'm telling you in this white paper, you shouldn't be looking to the outside for your people. You should be taking your time now to start grooming your people to be leaders that will be in place. There's a lot of value to that. One, it's a great morale builder for employees. Two, it's a heck of a lot less expensive in the long run than trying to go out and hire somebody, and then you still have to train them, and then you don't know necessarily whether they're going to fit that culture, and you don't have the time to see if they're going to fit your culture because you got to put them in position and get them going right away. So there's a lot of value and the idea of making sure all your promotions come from within the organization.